There's a moment when every boy realizes no one's coming to save him. And that's when he becomes a man.
The best day of a man's life is the day he realizes that nobody's coming to save him.
And I got bad news for you. There's nobody coming. There's nobody coming to save you. There's nobody coming to help you. You are the only one that's going to be able to save you.
No one's coming to push you. No one's coming to tell you to turn the TV off. The bottom line is, no one's coming.
Nobody's coming to save you. It's up to you.
So a lot of this isn't your fault, why you do some things you do, why you feel the way you feel. But no one's coming back to save your ass. You have to go back to where this shit started, wherever that place is for everybody, and have the courage to go back there and start fixing what broke you.
The problems in your life are your own dang fault. And so the answer to fixing the problems in your life are in your own dang hands.
It's time to make a decision. It is time to decide who you're going to be. Are you going to be one of the millions and millions and millions of people that wishes and wants and dreams and thinks about who they want to be? Or are you going to be the person that actually becomes it?
Your potential is determined by how much uncertainty you're willing to embrace.
Whatever position you put yourself in, you got to work yourself out of.
If you can be honest with yourself about what you truly want and take responsibility for creating it, you will.
Because you have this idea, you have this dream, you have this vision that nobody else can see.
The vision that you glorify in your mind, the ideal that you enthrone in your heart, this you will build your life by. This you will become.
No one's gonna come to help me. No one's gonna come to help me. It's me against me, period.
Are you going to lead with action, or are you going to lead with empty promises?
And a lot of people don't want to flip the script and say, the reason I'm not where I am in life is because of myself. That is a very difficult statement to admit to.
What is life? Are you happy with it? And if so, is this the intake and outtake of breath that makes you put a smile on your face? You haven't earned that. What have you done with your life to make it something else besides the normality of everybody else? The intake and the outtake of what you call life is nothing more than time. And unless done something with, it's forgotten about. There's no footprint of your existence left for anyone else to follow. Life is time. And a life that's remembered, where a footprint is followed behind in footsteps of inspiration and motivation, is when time is met with opportunity and action. They collide to be a life of remembrance.
You don't have to be special. You just have to get up every day, put one foot in front of the other, and work hard to do a little better and be a little better than you were yesterday. And one of these days, you are gonna wake up and realize that you not only changed yourself, but you are now in the middle of living the life you were once jealous of.
There was something inside me that made me the person who I am today. So my mindset always was the same, exactly the same as I have right now. I'm like, if someone did it, I also can do it. And if no one did it, I can be the first one to do it.
If you're at that point in your life where you just can't take it anymore, stand your ass up and take on life again. Because yes, you can. I'd imagine you see no end to the pain, and for that I'm terribly sorry, but the pain doesn't own you. You can feel it all you want, but you're not gonna let it paralyze you anymore. Whatever takes you to that breaking point is done. Because you don't break. You stand the hell up and get better in the face of every single bit of it.
And we want to think that it's other people, our past, our circumstances that are taking away our power from us and making it difficult to work. It's not. It's you. You're the common denominator in all of your failures. And even if external factors do play a role, focusing on blame is just going to keep you stagnant. It doesn't matter what was going on around you. What are you going to do now?
I think people struggle a lot with the concept that something can be both painful and empowering. It's this hurts, therefore it's bad. When taking full accountability for your life with all of the deficiencies that you have may be the most painful thing that you do when you look at yourself in the mirror and say, this is my fault. But in saying, this is my fault, those are also the first two steps of progress, because it's my fault, not anyone else's, which means it's my responsibility and my action that can change that.
If I could instill one piece of advice into all human beings, it would simply be to believe in yourself beyond, without a doubt. Believe in yourself, and don't rely on anybody to believe in you. Don't rely on anybody to push you or make you better. Believe in yourself and only yourself, and allow that human being to make you a better person.
Stop wasting your gift. Every single day that you have the opportunity to get better and work on your goals and become the person you want to be is a gift. It is a blessing. There is going to come a day where the opportunity to achieve your goals will be gone, but that day is not today. And you have an obligation to take advantage of the opportunity that is right in front of you. The opportunity that if you keep ignoring, it might just pass you by.
I can't do that because I was born here, or I can't do that because I have this issue, or I can't do that because they made fun of me. And you know what's gonna happen? Nothing. You're gonna get more of the same, you're gonna get laughed at more, you're gonna be ashamed more, you're gonna be frustrated more, and you're gonna really regret at the end of your life that you put off taking responsibility for yourself and building yourself into what could be.
And the reason why some of you are not where you're supposed to be, you've given yourself an option. You've given yourself an out. You've given yourself an excuse. You've given yourself room not to do it. Yeah, you hear what I'm saying? You better go inside. You still looking outside for the stuff that's already inside. You still looking for someone to save you when you already your superhero. You looking for some information from somebody when you already got what you need in your head. It's just time for you to get up and be the best version of you. You must be your best version because somebody is counting on you.
And because you're only ever going to do the things that you feel like doing right now or that feel good right now, unless you understand that you've got to parent yourself, you got to push yourself, you're not going to make your dreams come true. You're just not. We're not wired that way. You weren't born that way, you weren't that way when you were growing up, and you're certainly not that way as an adult. And there's a tremendous amount of liberation that comes when you accept the fact that you're always going to need to give yourself a push.
The version of you that got here is expired. It was built to survive the last chapter, not lead the next one. You want a new level? Then build a new identity, new standards, new discipline, new mindset. You don't get to keep your old habits and expect upgraded results. That's not how this works. Figure out who the next version of you is and start becoming them now. Because the truth is, you either evolve or you stay stuck. And stuck doesn't serve you anymore.
Well, I think the deck is stacked against everyone to some degree because life is very difficult and we all die. It's like, well, what's the alternative? You just take responsibility for that and try to struggle uphill because the alternative makes everything worse.
Nobody is going to save you. Nobody is going to make it easy for you. Nobody can live your life for you, endure your pain for you, choose your struggles for you. Nobody can experience the growth that comes from loss for you. Nobody can build your confidence through 1,000 tiny failures for you. Nobody can lie awake crying about some inconsolable loss that hurts so much it creates a bottomless pit of emptiness for you. Nobody can learn the lessons for you, rebuild the pieces for you, gain the strength for you, find the confidence for you. earn the rewards for you. Nobody can write your story for you. Nobody can tell you what it all meant. Nobody can make the impossible choices and live with the eternal consequences and suffer through indecision, doubt, and regret for you. You get to do that. You have the honor and privilege to suffer and overcome that suffering, only to suffer and overcome again and again and again. This is called being alive. It's called being human. And no, nobody else can do that for you either.
But we have to start taking responsibility for ourselves.
The heaviest things in life aren't iron and gold, but unmade decisions. The reason you are stressed is that you have decisions to make and you're not making them.
In order for things to change, you've got to be willing to get up and do something. You don't have to be perfect, but you've got to make a move.
Excitement comes from achievement, fulfillment comes from the journey that got you there. The people, the moments, the work, sacrifice, dedication, the commitment, the hard times, the great times, all that it encompasses. That's the fulfillment, the journey.
What's the one change you know you need to make that if you made that one change about you, you know that there would be a ripple effect that would stack and completely alter the direction of your life? So what's the compelling reason for you? The one decision is the catalyst for change, but we're not done yet. For a change to be real, you have to condition it. You condition the change repeatedly. There has to be a practice or a habit that you didn't have before that conditions that change.
Every single good thing that happens in our lives, everything, comes at a cost. There's nothing for free. Everything comes at a cost. But at the same time, everything we struggle with has opportunity and lesson that goes with it. It's always balanced.
All you need to know to change anything is A, you're never going to feel like it. You're never going to feel ready to start that business. You're never going to feel ready to have that hard conversation. You're never going to feel like getting out of bed. You're never going to feel like it's a good idea to apply for that promotion. We're designed to stay comfortable and safe. So if you know that you're A, never going to feel like it, and B, that no one's coming, it's up to you. You're not a kid anymore. I'm dead serious about this. So many of you are waiting to be picked. By who?
The fact that it is painful is the reason that it's working. Everybody else that has to try and step out into this new life faces this same thing too. Every single person does. That's why most people don't do it. This is what hard feels like, and this is why most people don't win. So continuing to push through and almost seeing that level of discomfort as a signal, it's like a way marker that's been planted in the ground. Because if it was all just super easy, well, how are you going to get anything different to what everybody else has got if you do the same thing that everybody else does? And one of the best selectors for people not doing a thing is discomfort. So the route that has a lot of discomfort down it, usually on the other side of that, ends up with something which is valuable.
How much courage does it take to do something that you're not afraid of? Well, the answer is none. Everybody wants to have courage, but they want the fear to go away first. But that's not how it works. If there's no fear, then there is no courage. So we need to stop viewing fear as something that shouldn't be there, or a sign or omen that something's going to end badly. Fear is always showing you the exact place where you will discover great courage within yourself.
You can do anything. You can get up any hour, read any book, take any class, make any change, develop any skill, do any discipline. I mean, you can do it all. When this how and the why, when the why starts to grow, the how gets simple.
The great word that every great artist, entrepreneur, athlete, icon lives by, and it's patience. Well, sometimes it takes 30 years of anonymity before lightning strikes. Don't do your craft for the reward. Do it for what it makes of you.
You have to nudge your brain, right? We have a conscious mind, we have an unconscious mind, we have a self-image, and your subconscious is paying attention to the words
that the conscious mind is saying. And so if you're like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed, today is going to be a bad day, you're going to have a bad day because you just programmed your subconscious mind to do that. Every day when my feet hit the floor, today is going to be a great day.
You know what you need to do. Yes, it might suck. It might be challenging and uncomfortable, and you don't want to do it. But that doesn't change the fact that it's what you need to do. Stop avoiding it. Take on some responsibility and rise to the occasion. You're being tested. Prove you want it as much as you say you do.
How can you hit a target you don't even have? The truth is, ladies and gentlemen, we must have goals if we're going to do anything. Goals do a lot of things. For example, they enable you to chase the blues away. I've never known anybody who was truly depressed who had specific and long-range goals. And what goals do is they create activity. And you see, activity, as you work towards reaching them, creates the very excitement which you need in order to accomplish or reach your objectives. Logic will not change an emotion, but action will.
What if you just did the thing? You know that thing? The thing you've been planning to do? The thing you're gearing up for? The thing you keep telling yourself you're going to do tomorrow? What if you just dropped what you're doing right now and then went and did it? Because let's be honest about what you're doing. You continuously kick the can down the road, then you get to whatever day you said you were going to start the thing, then you find another reason to kick the can down the road a little bit further. Because as long as you're going to do it later, you don't have to do it right now. But what if you did? Serious people, the people that actually achieve their goals, they look for the opportunities to do it right now. Not just this week, not just today, but right now. Then when we get to the day that you said that you were going to start, they're already steps ahead of you because they just decided to do it right now because they actually want to achieve their goal. You just pretend to.
You can't stop. You can't quit. You can't say, I'm a failure. You're not a failure. You're not. Trust in yourself and step forward. Put one foot in front of another.
Losing is not an option with me. Not being successful is not an option. When you make not being successful, it's not an option for you, that's when your life is going to change. So we all are complacent and you cool with not being successful. I'm not cool with that.
You know, when you say you're going to do something and you follow through and you do it, not at the end when you cross the marathon, you finish it, or your hands raised. I'm talking about right now. The small steps in between the big successes everyone sees. No one sees this.
Failure is the price of greatness. Failure is the highway to success. You've got to get in, like you've got to leave no stone unturned. You've got to develop this hardiness and resilience and anti-fragility so that you are willing to make mistakes. The discomfort of growth is always so much more valued than the illusion of safety. It sounds like a lot of work. Growing sounds like a lot of work. Setting your intentions and goals sounds like a lot of work. Being an excellent person sounds like a lot of work, but what's the alternative? You get to the last hour of your last day and you look back on your life and you think about all the potential and genius you've left on the table. You think about the experiences you didn't have. Part of building is you get to know your strengths and you get to know your talents. That's the reward, not the outer win.
You think that purpose or passion just kind of happens. That's not true. The biggest thing that people don't realize is that it's something you have to be super intentional about. When you wake up every day, you have an opportunity to bring passion into your life. You have an opportunity to decide how you're going to show up with a sense of purpose today. And this lack of intentionality is the reason why you feel stuck.
Should we be ambitious? Of course we should. But not selfishly. We should be ambitious enough to think that we could change the world, turn it into something divine, and we can.
You're blessed to be in the position you're in. And even if things are tough, even if, you're going through a tough season right now, you're still blessed. And I know it's a tough way to think, but you are, because there's something in that season, there's something in that struggle that you're going through right now that is going to help you later in life.
One of the most important things you could realize is that you're not alone. You're not the first to go through it. You're not gonna be the last to go through it. And oftentimes it happens. You feel like you're alone and you feel like it's only you and you're in your bubble. Just gotta remember, hold on to that fundamental quality of faith. Have faith that on the other side of your pain is something good.
I'm not good enough, smart enough. I'm not talented enough to do that. Some people are. If you lack talent, you can't sit back and say, I'll start in half an hour. I can't do that. I gotta start now. And after I get back from starting, I gotta start again.
Stop waiting, just start. What are you waiting for? The more you wait, the more you're in the vibration of waiting too. The vibration of waiting and the vibration of being are two very different vibrations because there's no future. The future, by the time the future gets here, it's this moment right now. So it's I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. I'm in the vibration of waiting. I'm in the vibration of waiting. It's just you stay there. The moment the reality shifts is the moment you start being it. What you do is you don't run away, you go forward. That's the main thing, because the only thing that can make you do is drive you away from your purpose. You get right back on track and you keep moving forward and you keep trusting the process and you keep grinding, you keep searching. That's what's gonna keep you on track.
People are incapable of picking a direction and going. They observe the possibilities, they get paralyzed by all the possibilities, they refuse to move forward on all the possibilities, and then time passes them by. So it's very important that you make a decision and you go down that path. You commit to that path.
Are you interested in achieving these goals, or are you committed? And that question transformed my life. If you're interested, you'll do what's convenient. You'll come up with stories and excuses and reasons why you can't, but if you're committed, you will do whatever it takes. You'll let go of your stories. You'll let go of your excuses. You'll let go of all the reasons you currently have that are formulating your identity of yourself. And you'll learn how to let that go and become who you are destined to become.
You have to travel light if you want to go high. You've got to give up to go up. That's what this law is all about. Less is more. This law teaches us that there is no reward without paying a price. Pay now, play later. If you play now, you'll pay later. What he taught me was invaluable. That was the root of the law of sacrifice. If you give up, you could certainly go up.
When life is giving you a new opportunity, sometimes it's good to take it. And when this lifetime takes something from you, you need to learn to let go.
So you need to foster the belief in what you are dreaming so that it becomes a reality, which is very different than saying, I don't expect anybody to believe it until I see it. You need people to believe it before they can see it.
Your imagination is there. Don't you remember when you were a child? You believed everything that you thought. You believed everything that your imagination could draw up. But then people told you to be realistic. People told you to come back to reality. People told you what you can and cannot do. And as a young, innocent child, that you can only do so much. It's time to stop believing those lies.
You wake up every single morning and you have a choice. You can choose to do the thing that you did yesterday that got you closer to your goal, or you can choose to do something else. That's your choice. So if you're asking me how to stay consistent, you just have to choose to do the thing you did yesterday that got you closer to your goals. The reason you don't stay consistent is because you make the wrong choice. There's no hack, there's no secret, there's no motivational video that's going to make it so you make the right choice.
When you have nothing left, and you feel like emptiness is the only thing that you know, it's very easy to fall into hopelessness. But have you ever thought that maybe you have to be emptied of what was so that you can be refilled with what's to be? Maybe this emptiness is what you've been asking for in its infancy. So maybe you're empty on purpose.
Find something. Find a thing that you genuinely enjoy, because getting good at things you genuinely enjoy is extremely beneficial. The less you challenge yourself, the less you grow. You can't run from discomfort because you think you can't overcome it. Put yourself in situations that force you to improve, build new habits, and destroy the bad ones. In order to feel fulfilled in this life, you always need a dragon to slay. So set a goal, choose your own adventure, and embrace the challenge.
Your excuses will destroy you and take everything that you ever wanted from you, if you let them. When your excuses make you feel a little bit better about the fact that you didn't execute on what you needed to execute on, then they can make you feel better. But they're not helping you. They're not helping you at all.
You see, what stands between us and achieving even our most ambitious dreams has far less to do with possessing some magical skill or talent, and far more to do with how we approach problems and make decisions to solve them.
You're living on frequencies. Now, when you think of something, what you've done is you flipped your brain onto a higher frequency. The very fact you can see it is all the proof you need to know you could get it. What you have to do is raise your level of consciousness to that frequency, and then you will attract whatever's on that frequency. All the good you need to manifest the idea. Any idea that's held in the mind, that's emphasized, that's either feared or revered, so it could be bad or good, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. It starts to move into form.
The way that I see it, given that we don't know the future, given that much of our motivations are invisible to us, we're not a crystal pond that we can see into, you have to have some form of delusion about what's going to happen in the future. You're trying your best to see the way that it's going to be, but given that the glass could be half empty or half full, why not have a delusion that's going to be useful to you? One of hope, even in the face and the understanding that things might be difficult and that there's going to be obstacles.
Even when I do not feel like doing something, to do it. That my brain doesn't dictate how. My brain does not get to choose. My brain can feel a certain way, but it's not going to choose how I behave all the time. I just can't let it do it anymore. I'm gonna have setbacks, I know. But if I'm feeling bad, that doesn't mean I'm doing bad. That doesn't mean I am bad. That doesn't mean that I can't still take some action.
Leonardo da Vinci famously said, "God will sell you anything at the price of labor." And that is true. So what you have to do is, if you want something, you have to work for it. And most people that think that the world is based off of luck have never truly worked for something. Not enough to understand that luck does not exist. It's merely a game of probabilities. You work hard, you work more, you work longer, and eventually you can increase your odds of success. And you have to increase your probabilities by increasing your skill set.
Do it sad, do it angry, do it heartbroken, do it miserable, do it excited, do it energized, do it happy, do it tired, do it confident, do it discouraged. Do it anyway. However you gotta get it done, make sure it gets done. That's what separates the winners from the losers. That's what separates those that get what they want from those that only talk about what they want. So whatever you gotta do, get it done.
If the future gets clear, the price gets easier. Because you got to remember, for every promise, there's a price to pay. Everybody's got to pay the price. Everybody's got to do the deal. Everybody's got to do the discipline. Everybody has to pay. The price is some classes. The price is a few books. The price is a few disciplines. The price is finding something that'll make your life better, make you grow, make you change, make you develop. If you'll make the promise of the future clear for yourself, the things you want, the places you want to go, the things you want to have, all of the values of life that you could possibly want. If you'll make that clear, make those lists, and be serious about it, I promise you it's an easy price to pay. Anybody can pay it.
If you look the same for long enough and you don't want to, clearly something's not working. I think people kind of fear taking that first step into progress because it's going to result in a change. You know, change can be kind of scary for people.
Many times you have to hear, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And yet, somehow we expect things to change. You think the world is going to get better without you doing anything, but it isn't. Nothing is going to change unless you change what you're doing.
What I'm here to tell you is that life doesn't happen to you. We all think that life happens to me, right? Life happens for you. It happens for you. I mean, opportunities will come to you every day. It's either for you can remain scared of the opportunities, or you can embrace them and take them.
He said, if you have enough reasons, you can do the most incredible things. Here's what you might be lacking: a long enough list of reasons. Reasons that drive you, reasons that get you up a little extra early, reasons that keep you up a little extra late, reasons that make you a team player, reasons that make you solve the dilemma of your own challenges and then start helping somebody else with their challenges. Reasons, that's what makes the difference.
It doesn't matter what challenges it is that you are facing there. It is the fundamental principle behind it that you do not run away. That you are open for everything that is being thrown at you.
There are times in life when you're going through a hard time and you think you're going through a test. That's not the test. The test is how you go through the hard time.
Look, I get it. I know life can be tough. I know there are times when you come up against something, an obstacle or a setback, someone says something, or something just simply happens. You need to realize that it's okay. You will get through it. You do have the ability to overcome it and to go forward.
That's not your problem. You have a vision issue, but it's not the lack of it. You have a vision issue. You have dreams. If I said, do you want to be rich or poor? You'd say rich. You want your family to be proud of you or not proud of you? What would you say? You want to be happy or sad? Here's your issue. Your vision is this. It's a depth perception problem. You believe it's further away than it is. You've created thoughts, patterns, belief systems, and actions that perpetually keep it there. What if that's the great lie the adversary uses you to keep you average and ordinary? He uses two lies. You ain't good enough, and it's further away than you think it is. And so you pace yourself. You walk too slow, you talk too slow, you take notes too slow, you do everything too slow. People get around you, they don't get a feeling that you're on fire. They get around you, they don't think their life's gonna change. They get around you, you seem average and ordinary. You gotta start walking faster, talking faster, and believing it.
Don't be afraid to go for something. Don't let everybody else tell you you can't. The only person who knows if you can or you can't is yourself. And you might not be able to, but have the courage and conviction and the balls to go for it anyway.
You have to be champion before you become champion. Do you understand that? You have to be the champion in this to be the champion in this. I want to be up more than anybody on the planet want me to be down. To get the best out of yourself, not competing with anyone else but you. And that's how we improve as a person, improving ourselves.
Here's what you must learn to do. Accept the pain, but not the guilt. There's part of our head sometimes that tries to make us feel guilty if we've made a decision that's been painful, not necessarily, not just for us, but maybe even for other people. But it had to be made. So here's the key: to accept the pain, but not the guilt. Because it's not pain that destroys you.
Visualize it, but also feel it. Like, feel yourself there. Close your eyes, smile to yourself, and feel yourself there.
Expecting it's 20 years from now, the people, places, and things that could deliver it now, you miss. But when you live in anticipation, I'm one decision away. I'm one new relationship, one new client, one new investor, one speaker, one podcast away from changing my life. When you live in expectation of it, you see, hear, and feel things that were always in your field of awareness that you were oblivious to before.
Didn't ask for an easy life. I take what comes. If it leaves, I let it pass.